Maybe the river could be crossed on that.
Careful. I've spotted a trap. Careful now. That's a trap. Careful now. That's a trap. Careful now. That's a trap. Seem to have made it. What lies ahead looks even less welcoming.
Greetings and salutations. Have no fear, we mean you no harm. No harm, no harm, no harm, no harm, no harm.
The being sniffs the air in your direction and licks his lips. He moves a couple of paces towards you, his eyes hungry and entranced. He abruptly slaps himself in the face and halts his advance.
My manners, master would not be pleased. He awaits you west of here. He will not harm you. Others may.
He doesn't respond at first. Instead, he stares, consuming you with his eyes. He bites his frayed lower lip, drawing blood.
Master is master. He wants you to go to him west of here.
Close. Watching. But not for you.
He barely seems to notice your repeated question at first. His eyes are dark pools in which your reflection is drowning.
You are so delicious. Please, go west. My master awaits.
The hulking brute recoils slightly from you and gestures towards deeper in the island.
My master has use for you. Make haste if you please.
Sweet sir, handsome sir, seek out our master. He wants you. Wants you.
She gives you a coy little smile. Her mouth is crowded with dozens of tiny, sharp teeth. Shreds of rotten flesh are lodged between them.
What's that smell?
Something delicious.
Where?
Close. Watch it.
Okay, let's see what this master wants.
The tree is surrounded, and the Advocate has us skipping stones.
How can I tell if he's to be trusted? Dark words should not sully those.
You don't need me to tell you that.
True. I'm in deep.
The lizard's eyes are dark as polished coal, void of all light. A faint frost seems to cover the cracked and broken scales around his mouth.
You have a reputation for both malfeasance and chaos. Imagine my surprise when it took you so long to find your way here. I see the miasma surrounding our islet certainly did not hinder you. Well, here you stand, in the flesh, so to speak. And a finer collection of corpusculae I never have seen. I trust you are not opposed to a mutually beneficial accord between civil and gentle persons. Ah, a curious mind. A most glorious creation. I am here at the behest of my master to offer you a simple exchange. An offer of aid for the promise of aid. The epitome of civil reciprocity. You and he possess a common foe. The power behind the Voidwoken has made our lives hell, so to speak. Since the Divine Order unleashed Death Fog against the Black Ring and those darling woodland creatures. And as the gods have shirked their duty, perhaps we could come to a mutually beneficial arrangement pertaining to both of our objectives. Indeed, I can offer you the source channel that you seek forthwith, as a gesture of good faith. Indeed, the creatures that strut about this realm so often are plagued with qualms. Very well. I can see them straining against your lips. Unleash them, Godwoken. Ask your questions. Because it is expeditious to do so. My master would have this isle cleared as quickly as possible.
The lizard looks about to make sure no one else can hear, leans in and whispers conspiratorially.
And, if you are to become the new Divine, I would much rather be an ally than a foe. After all, the power you wield will be as a great sword to my master's butter knife. There are legions that would follow you, myself included. Your power would be unfathomable. Assuming, of course, you take it for your own. One may ask, one may inquire, but one should be eternally wary of what one demands. And one should heed that twicefold for information like this. There is power in names, power far, far in excess of your mortal limits. I'll not deliver that power unto him. Have your ears been found defective, or do you simply lack the wit to comprehend? I will not speak that name. My master has been troubled by the presence of the Void as it creeps ever forward, encroaching on areas in which he himself once ruled supreme. None more so than this island. There is a tree at this island's core which has special significance to my master. Think of it as hallowed, sacrosanct ground. But the Black Ring maggots writhe all about its trunk. And you will exterminate these termites. It is simplicity itself, in truth. Why, the only thing you truly desire, or certainly the only thing you truly need, I will reveal unto you the location of the Council of Seven. My master has dealt with many of your ilk. Small-minded creatures with a hunger for power, out to save themselves or loved ones or the world, some fantasy or another. But all are willing to strike a covenant if it means their success. One was even willing to give up the location of this council to earn my master's boon. How felicitous that you merely have to spill a little blood to earn the same.
The words the Advocate uttered echo in your mind. Could it be true that the death fog ushered in the rise of the Voidwoken, and whatever gruesome power controls them? Every day, you learn more about the devastating consequences of the death fog. The death fog detonated by the divine order you served. You feel fire blaze in your heart and a storm surge in your mind. You try to calm your breathing, but your ragged pulse has other ideas. All you can see is the devastation of the death fog, the rise of the Voidwoken, the desolation of Rivellon today. As you draw in deeper and deeper breaths, you feel your tension dissipating. The anger slinks away like a whipped cur. It will not shape you this day.
You're here to work. Are you also here to trade? I have much to show. Your friend wanted a new deal. Wants to renegotiate terms. We have a wager. Some say she succeeds. Some say not. What say you? Good. Tell me, how do you bet? For the half-blood or against? Ah, very well.
That is all we need.
Look, do not touch. Not until you fatten my purse. See you again. Perhaps.
The hulking warrior's eyes dart about in panic, but his voice is loud and strong, even if it does not quite match the movement of his lips.
You have been summoned. Go do your duty, now.
The tree is surrounded, and the Advocate has us skipping stones.
Dark words should not sully those honey. All will be well.
Kill! A lot of faith in these promised outsiders.
He has faith in them, darling. That is all we need.
Your attention is appreciated, sir, but misplaced. You...
Kill! Kill the bastard! Wear his skin! Dance, citizen!
The elf's face, twisted in a grotesque rage, slowly calms.
I beg your pardon. You need to speak to the advocate, the lizard by the table. He is waiting.
Stand back! Not a foot on these stairs. Whatever words you carry with you, they are warty with futility. I know you for what you are. A mere mouthpiece of deception. Oh, I can measure the vile depths of your prevarications by the very pulse of this bleeding forest. You lie. You lie. You lie. Steady as the heart, you lie. Bah! Most vulgar, most repellent deception that seeks to bend the will with feeble pulse.
The pestilence has been cleansed. Resume your business. As per our terms, the location...
The lizard leans in close, his rancid breath clogging your throat. As you look into the darkness of his eyes, you see an island. You see the winds that will carry you there. You see the way.
Now, Godwoken, we both have what we sought, and thus all guarantees of safety are expired. You need not fear me, but this island hides more dangers than my claws. I recommend you go. But should I find you broken on the beach, I will shed no tears. It is something of a relic. A relic that has had its spirit defiled by the Black Ring. Now, I have work to do. This place must be cleansed, it must be healed. And you must surely know that your welcome is wearing thin.
I've spotted something. What happened to them?
and screams and screams and never stops the screams. The roots quake and my bones quiver and still the screaming. The tree, the tree, the tree. The tree's the girl and the girl's the tree. And she screams and screams.
Just when I think this land holds still.
What's this?
The name upon the old
found
grave
something.
marker can no longer be made out. The statue is a striking sight, a sizzling blue totem on a blood-red isle. Even stranger, a shard of polished iron peeks from under the statue's base. There's something hidden beneath this massive sculpture. The hymn twines around the effigy like a fine thread. Guardian burning bright with sourceful flame, abide the sacred call, reveal the godsless hall. Winged keeper, song doth bid you break. The priest shall scry the demon's lies, the chains await their captive. From stone to dust, from stone to dust.
Like a charm. You can smell the blood and rot. No good has ever graced this place.
From stone to dust, from stone to dust. The lever part of the lock mechanism seems to be missing. There is no prise with which to open the door. The lever part of the lock mechanism seems to be missing. There is no prise with which to open the door.
Was it the death fog that got them, or something else?
looks unfinished. Was it never used? I'm not picking that up. I could try moving it. Odd old thing, isn't it?
The great forge is black with a soot of ancient work. Inside is a casting for an ornate handle, flecked with glittering bits of silver. The imposing statue looms over you. The flames enveloping it flow upwards, stoked by unseen magic, then dissipating in the thick air. The hymn twines around the effigy like a fine winged keeper, song doth bid you from stone to... The lever part of the lock...
this again.
The chains bind their captive. The lever part of the lock mechanism seems to be missing. There. You might expect the hymn twice winged keep from stone. The priest has scried the demon's lies.
It's not working. There's something to this I'm not seeing.
The spirit of a young robed man paces the chamber anxiously. He sees you approach. A look of trepidation crosses his spectral features.
Did my order send you? To cure the child? Some form of demon seized her and nested inside her mind. She cannot speak or move. We did what we could to help, but we could not risk provoking the beast within. We can find her here, until a way to safely remove the demon can be found. It was my duty to watch over her, but I was never relieved of that duty. She has no family that we know of. All she had was a pet cat. That poor girl's life is drifting past her, thanks to that demon. Her cell is just over there. I can let you in, but are you sure you can help her? What are you going to do?
Some of the best minds in Riverlon couldn't help this girl. And you think you can do better than they did. But nobody else is coming to help, are they? I'll let you in, but promise me one thing. Whatever happens, take her away from this place. Far away. Please, I've waited a long time for this. I need a real answer.
The spirit can't help but smile.
I knew you had good in you, the moment I laid eyes on you. Come, I'll let you in. Take good care of her. Bring her somewhere peaceful. Don't disturb the demon within her. There's no telling what could happen if it breaks free.
The priest has scried the demon's lies.
Do you hear me? Away! I won't let anyone hurt my mistress anymore. Mistress saved me when I was a kitten. She took me in, fed me and kept me warm. She deserves loyalty. I won't leave her side, not until she wakes. My heart stopped beating and my flesh fell away. No matter, I'm staying here.
The squirrel's cheeks are so distended with acorns, its mouth is stretched wide in a surprised-looking O.
Too skinny, Aoife said. Gotta get my plump on for winter.
As the squirrel speaks, one fat acorn plops out of its mouth and rolls onto the ground between you. The squirrel's eyes go wide as its mouth.
Get your beady eyes off my dinner. Mine! Mine!
The squirrel grasps the acorn in its tiny paws and scuttles away.
How fares the hunt, my friend?
He smiles brightly and pulls you in for a short, if warm, embrace.
You've done me proud, Godwoken. Prouder than you could ever realize. I know how twisted the paths can get. How much more alluring the sunny glade than the rock-strewn hollows. But you know it's the darkest roads that lead to light. It will be my honor to teach you. The nature of my lesson, though, might be somewhat different from what you expect. I can deepen your bond with the Source, but you must realize that this bond comes at a cost. All life, after all, sustains itself by consumption. Like the grass feeds the herd, and the herd feeds the hunter, So you must feed, for instance, on...
He waves a hand to the cage in demonstration.
The very same. For the sum of source that flows through their festering flesh is more than enough to expand the sum that is yours. Through demise, a chance of divinity. Are you ready?
His countenance becomes stern and reproachful.
Come now. All we will undo is demons. I'm not asking you to yank the hearts from newborn chests. You'll reconsider. Of course you will. You may consider the offer quite withdrawn. You have been to the earthen depravity that is Blood Moon Island. You have seen in what villainy the enemy relishes. And a child's sense of good and evil makes you your own demonic advocate. God-woken, but unworthy.
For one brief moment, he looks at you despondently, then sighs deeply as he reasserts his calm and dignified self.
So be it. I can't quite fathom why you denied my knowledge of the source, but I sense there is a certain wisdom in your decision. I spoke words in haste, but let us not part as enemies. Let us instead deepen our alliance. What say you? By touching upon the very core of my hunt. You see, the demon that you killed, the Advocate, he had a master. You might say the Advocate compared to his master, like the pussycat compares to the tiger. It is the tiger I am truly hunting. The self-same tiger, I suspect, that has been haunting Losa. Now, don't you worry. I have no intention of sending you after this archdemon. There are few enough God-woken as it stands for me to force them into any real danger. The one thing I would like you to do for me, though, is to return through the mist to the Isle of Blood and uncover there his name. A demon's true name is its weakness, which is why it basks in being known by 1,000 different aspects of its inmost self. But such dark magic was wrought upon Blood Moon Island that its inmost self must have been there in its true guise, exposed so that it could wreak ultimate havoc. That is when its name must have been spoken. And when spoken, heard. Over there, among the blood, in the darkness of the ruins, amid the mangled dead, his name still rings, however faint. For once spoken, the echo of a demon's name never truly fades. Return to the island, God-woken, and listen.
A sudden shuffle behind you, and Losa's mouth is close to your ear.
Psst. Hey, Chief. I need to have a little chat with old Mal's about something. Mind if I butt in?
There you are, Losa. I've been eager to hear a little update. Did you do as I instructed?
Working on it. Working on it. I met Jehan, but I still have a little something to do before he'll be able to help me.
Don't dilly-dally, my dear. You don't need me to tell you that the clock is ticking.
I know, okay? I'm on it.
See that you are. If I so much as catch a whiff of that demon of yours, I'll put you down myself.
Love you too, Miles.
Ugh. I know 3 whole syllables can be a challenge, but do at least try.
Red Prince, I am the one who has been hunting you, but you cling to life all too tenaciously. We must speak of the reason for your expulsion from the ancient empire, and we must speak of the Red Princess. Find me on the Nameless Isle at the Temple of Zor Stissa. In the presence of the goddess, let war and shadow meet.
Aren't you supposed to be off learning how to become the divine and whatnot? Aren't you supposed to be off learning? Well, aren't you industrious? It seems all the riffraff's back aboard as well. I'm glad to see you're quite ready to travel on, but I can't help but notice something's missing. Are you sure you've done everything you meant to do here? I could have sworn you had a lone wolf to hunt down or some such. We won't be returning here, you know. Then attend to it.
lever part of the lock mechanism seems to be missing. The Great Forge is black with a...
Excellent. We can use this shaft to open one of the vault doors.
The lever part of the lock... A presence accosts you. You cannot see it, yet know it is there. It is in front of you, then behind, then finally within. You hear its whispers. The master must teach you, so that you may become a master in turn. And then it is gone. The spirit of a priest lifts his eyes to yours. When he speaks, he rasps, as if there were dust in his voice.
I watch the gate. Who goes there? I watch the gate. I watch the one who must be watched. I watch the one who should be dead, but can only be chained. I watch the gate. You must leave. The one who must be chained will take your soul. Do not let it speak. Do not let it speak to you. No, you must leave. You must not speak to it. You must not speak to the one who must be chained. It will steal your soul. It will steal your very soul. No, you are one of it. You must be chained. You must be chained. You must be chained. You must be chained.
The spirit of a priest
I watched the gate. Who goes there? You must leave. No, you must leave. Kill it if you can, but do not let it speak. I beseech you, do not let it speak. The lock will work. The gate will open. I am the key. I am the gate.
A lizard on all fours lies chained in the pit. The raw power you sense within her is barely contained by the spell that binds her.
Do you know who you are, Godwoken? Do you know what you seek? I am you, but greater. I am Godwoken, born to be divine, all-powerful. So powerful the priests imprisoned me here. They feared me, and so they should. I am fearsome, and I am generous. I will grant my powers to the Godwoken who would use them for good. Show me the goodness of your heart, Godwoken, and I will share my power. I know you. You are better than this. Show me the goodness of your heart, Godwoken, and I will share my power. Set me free.
The lizard closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and begins to speak inside your head. Her voice transfixes you in a warm and pleasant way, but soon the treacle in her words begins to nauseate.
I know who you are. I know what you want. I know your good heart. I know you want to set me free. Come, give your heart to me.
The chains snake out towards you. They encircle you in a cold embrace. You wish to step towards her, and at the same time wish to step away, but you can't.
I know who you are. I know what you want. And I do not care. All your power will be mine. I will eat your heart.
The pain as the source is torn from you is both agonizing and sublime, and then it is gone. When she speaks, the honey in her voice is gone. She speaks now as a demon.
Now, you die. I see. Then I shall teach your final lesson.
watched the gate. But the one who should be dead is dead. I'll watch the gate no more.
The chill of the vault seems even colder for what you have just witnessed.
To lock away the problem is simply to admit failure. What we see here is intellectual defeat, the child of stupidity.
To lock someone away for eternity is terrible. But to leave them with no one but a demon for company, that is unforgivable.
A dusty old chamber with a demon locked inside. There's a metaphor in here somewhere. Why these folks would volunteer for it is beyond me.
The Great Forge is black. The lever part of the lock mechanism. A trembling spirit wrings his hands, his eyes darting around the room. They settle on you.
What are you doing here? What do you want? You mustn't linger. You mustn't remain. One must not mean harm to do it. Please, go.
His hands shake. He clears his throat.
As a priest, I had a patient. A dastardly demon held him in its grasp. The demon absorbed all his pain, in exchange for his soul. I was certain we'd only diminish the demon by overwhelming my patient with pain. I planned to torture the demon until it gave up its grip over the poor fellow. I began in earnest, but his cries pierced my heart. Even if the treatment could save him, I hadn't the stomach nor the soul for it. So I lied to the others. I told them there was no helping him. I told them to seal us down here, where he could do no harm, where I could guard his prison. Better one soul damned than two. As the levers fixed, perhaps you could extract him. But you'd have to be able to contain him, defeat him once he'd been loosed. Who am I to say if you're prepared for that? I suppose the alternative is no better than trusting you. Go, do what you can. This demon knows no decency, no remorse.
Ah, look at you. Handsome. Handsome. My, how long it... Would you believe Brother Calvin locked me up in here because he said I was possessed by a demon? Just because I don't feel pain. Have you ever heard anything so superstitious? Well, they didn't look like me, did they? Maybe I was a little kooky back then. But you'd be amazed how sobering millennia of imprisonment can be. Praise the Seven, right? Praise the Seven, that's all over.
His mouth twists in an ugly snarl as he stutters that last sentence, and a flicker of something unrecognizable, yet malevolent, flashes across his gaunt face.
You are here to free me, right?
The dwarf's face becomes calm, serene even. He looks into your eyes, tranquil as a baby lamb.
Well then, just destroy the pillars. Nothing to it, for one not wrapped in chains.
As you strike him, the dwarf's face changes, becomes softer somehow. He almost looks like a different person. When he speaks, his voice is quieter, more reserved.
Yes, please, release me from him. The pain, I can take it, but he can't.
The dwarf's face flickers and changes, becoming hot red and enraged.
What are you doing? Stop it! Stop it now! Stop it and destroy the pillars!
This is almost over.
Close there. I can't believe bloody prison. There's blood. Bloody prison. There's bloody bodies.
The demon has been defeated at last, but the fellow he possessed had to be sacrificed too.
Liberty or death? He has both now, and he's better off for it.
Another soul off to the Hall of Echoes. I'm almost jealous. I wonder if they prefer it to this desolate plain.
He may have been possessed, but he was a person. Innocent as you or I. This isn't right.
I do hope you will do what I could not. I hope you will free that poor soul.
His hands shake.
As a priest, I planned so I'll better I do hope.
The undead cat arches its back and hisses aggressively at your presence.
Get away! I won't let anyone hurt my mistress anymore. Get away! Get away! I won't let anyone hurt my mistress anymore. Mistress saved me when I won't leave her side. Not until...
The undead cat arches its back and hisses.
I won't let anyone hurt my mistress anymore. Mistress said I won't leave her side. Get away! I won't let anyone...
The undead cat arches... The undead cat. The undead cat.
I won't let anyone hurt my... I already died one. Mistress said I won't leave her side. won't let anyone hurt my mistress. Mistress safe. I won't leave her side. Not until she wakes.
The tension eases out from the cat's skeletal form. It sits.
Go on. I'll be watching. Harm my mistress, and you'll live to regret it.
The young girl lies silently on the floor, eyes open and staring. Her only movement is the tiniest rise and fall of her chest. In the deepest black of the girl's pupils, something moves. A gossamer tendril, fleeing deeper inside her like an underwater creature retreating into a cave. Her fingers seem to grip you ever so slightly. The girl's hand goes completely limp in yours. The young girl lies silently on the floor, eyes open. Her fingers seem to grip you ever so slightly. The girl's grip tightens. A flush of color spreads across her previously bloodless features. She's grown stronger, strong enough to move, perhaps. The undead cat arches its back and hisses aggressively at your presence. The undead cat.
Get away! I won't let anyone hurt my mistress anymore.
The undead cat arches its back and hisses aggressively at your presence.
Get away! I won't let anyone hurt my mistress anymore. Get away!
The young girl lies silently on the floor, eyes open and staring. Her only movement is the tiniest rise and fall of her chest. The girl's eyes don't even flicker as you lean in close. Her fingers seem to grip you ever so slightly. The girl's grip tightens. A flush of color spreads across her previously bloodless features. She's grown stronger, strong enough to move, perhaps.
I won't let anyone hurt my mistress anymore.
The tension...
Go on. I'll be watching.
The young girl lies silent. Her fingers seem to... The girl's grip tight.
Mistress is gone. I can still smell her. She...
Wherever you take care of her.
Meet the Reaper for me.
I won't let anyone hurt my mistress anymore. Mistress safe, I won't leave her side. Not until she wakes. My heart stopped beating. Get away!
The young girl lies silently on the floor, eyes open and staring. The girl's eyes don't even flicker as you lean in close. Her fingers seem to grip you ever so slightly. The girl's grip tightens. A flush of color spreads across her previously bloodless features. She's grown stronger, strong enough to move, perhaps.
Take care. Cure her if you can. My task here done.
found something.
Volumes upon volumes. A trove of history and knowledge.
I've spotted something.
feel my source power draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void.
The transparent artifact glimmers of its own accord, as if conducting light from another world, another plane of living. As your hand nears it, it shivers and speaks. You listen closely, but while you think you've heard similar utterances in the past, you cannot make sense of its words.
Anan falan reve. Amadio velucio di amederita temorius.
It's a crystal blade, seemingly separated from its hilt. You feel magic flowing through it, but it's vague and undirected. The object repeats its indecipherable twaddle. You can glean no more from it.
Not just another oddity, it would seem. It spoke to me.
The translucent blade glows as if lit from within, though you can discern no definite light source.
I can feel my source power draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void. I can feel my source power draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void.
I'll need to get
feel
clever
my
with this
source
lock.
power draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void. Feel my source power draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void.
The translucent blade glows as if...
Good find. Under lock and key.
The translucent blade...
Good find.
The translucent blade glows as if lit from within, though you can discern no definite light source. The translucent blade...
I can feel my source powers draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void. I can feel my source powers draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void.
My source power draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void. My source power draining at the merest touch. I can feel my source power draining. I can feel my source power draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void. I can feel my source.
I'll need to get clever with this lock.
I can feel my source power draining at the mirrors. I can feel my source power draining at the mirrors. I can feel my source power draining at the merest touch. I can feel my source power draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void. I can feel my source power draining at the merest. I can feel my source power draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void.
howling. How can you bear it?
The spirit cocks his head and covers his ears, hoping to muffle screams that only he can hear.
The ancestor tree. The screams came to me on the wind, though I am not sure the devil's breath that perturbs the air here can rightly be called wind. But they've been silenced. Well, yes. I have kept my ears to the ground, ghostly they may be. This is an archive, a library devoted to history and scholarship. There must be a record there of the elf that spawned the corrupted tree. I can't say where its entrance lays. The whispers that speak of the archive are all but drowned by my ancestors' grief. A druid. There are too few of us. Elf-kind finds value in flesh where memory lingers. I collect memories, yes, but I am more keen on bark and leaf. On the living breeze, not the sleeping past.
The spirit looks around with wild panic, clawing through its spectral mass with fevered nails.
The demon feeds. The demon feeds from the ring. The demon protects. We must know what the demon protects. The demon has an advocate. The advocate kills. The demon has a secret. We must know the secret. By the Seven and all the saints, I ne'er dreamed I'd be grateful to be lying cold on the ground. I'm finally rid of that demon. Finally rid of that bloody voice. Not much more than you've been told, I'm afraid. She made a deal with some mighty dark forces, and now she's looking for a way out. I'm not sure that even my voice knew the terms. It was all very hush. Suspicion is she's promised to give up something powerful, though.
The tree's spirit embraces its putrid host, an elven ancestor lost to the same demonic disease that infests all of Blood Moon Island.
Qui manducad omnio myrtus ex, it quot potest ethe.
A moment passes, then you feel it. Clarity.
You speak my name. You know my torture. Please, don't judge me for the sickness my roots have spread. I can be free. My soul cleansed. Naivety, stupidity, call it what you want. I wish to put the source within me to good use, and demonology seemed as good a use as any. Silly me. I meant to summon an imp or two. Instead, I ended up hosting a damned archdemon. The roaring in my head, the craving for living flesh, urges. Good gods, the urges to kill, to hurt. The stronger they became, the harder I fought. And at some point, I was just gone, deadened, but not dead. And then, awake, on an isle I'd never been, encircled by faces I'd never seen, watched by a man I'd never known. They called him Doctor. He shouted strange words, and the demon bellowed. Then, one by one, they fell. I watched my own hands slaughter them. I tried to resist, but I couldn't. And then a final roar when the demon rushed away and into the only one still standing. The doctor. That was my last living memory. The demon may be gone, but its disease still infects my roots, birthing evil into the surrounding soil. While it lives, I am still its rotting servant. I've suffered. The Isle has suffered, but you can end it. You awakened me from nightmare with a single utterance, my name. How amazing that a name could wield so much power. Remember this lesson when you leave Blood Moon Island. The demon blackens another land now. It possesses the very doctor that liberated it. Speak its name, however, and you expose it. You weaken it. You'll know him when you find him. A doctor that accommodates a demon doesn't see patients, only victims. And I see so many victims of your actions, Ifan Ben Mezd. Yes, I know who you are. You did not know what you were doing, but still, all actions have consequences, and your actions were grave indeed. But even one such as yourself can be redeemed. Destroy the demon, and you free me to the Hall of Echoes. Destroy it, and my roots taint this isle no longer. Now come closer. I'll say the demon's name only once.
The spirit's voice is a harsh whisper.
Adramalik.
It is a dark thing to contemplate a demon's name. But
Jahan looks at you utterly flabbergasted, but soon an air of serenity descends upon him, that of a chess player overlooking the board.
Adramalik. You have to admire his cunning. To think that in his guise of Deva, he and I shared the finest wines in the realm. Stories of the women we have loved. Thank you, Godwoken. You have done me an unparalleled service, and you've quite humbled me at the same time. You must go your path, I mine, so that I may confront the archdemon in his lair, in the great city of Arx. Please accept this token of gratitude, and fare thee well. You have done me a great service. The time has come to serve you, if I can. Are you ready, Losa?
Right. Really? Okay, yes. What? I'm ready. Totally. Is it just me, or did it just get really sweaty in here?
I won't lie. This will be rough, Losa. Our foe is a true archdemon. We know him now. Adramalik. There is a great power in names. Just like Source is the language of creation, a demon's true name is the core of its existence. It's be-all or end-all. With his name, we may undo him. That will be our attempt. As for you...
His dark eyes flash at you.
You must not disturb us, no matter what. Promise me.
He nods respectfully in return, then focuses on Losa once more.
Close your eyes, Losa. Do as I do.
Jahan takes Losa's hands and begins inhaling slowly, deeply, then exhaling audibly through his mouth. Losa's breaths match his. They begin to hum in unison, a low, rumbling note held over several out-breaths. The humming grows louder and louder until...
Quiet! Adramalik!
Losa suddenly lunges forward, her hands reaching for Jahan's throat. Jahan steps away, and Losa tumbles to the ground before quickly scrambling to her feet. Losa's eyes are ink black, her skin corpse grey. Her chest heaves in rapid pulses as she stares intently at Jahan.
Adramalik, thousand-named nemesis, Lord of Soot, come shake black hands with me. Leave her. Leave her. Come play with me.
This is none of your business, Jehan. How many times do I have to convince you to keep your nose out of my affairs?
Listen to me, demon. I know why you chose her. I know what it is you fear the most, and therefore desire the most. But I'll not let her serve you any longer.
Losa's a good host, Jehan. We're going places. It's no concern of yours.
Mashtuna Pathan Shdanelu. Kaumel Saravel, Damarael Saravel.
He places a palm on Losa's forehead. She falls to her knees, seemingly overcome by some unseen force.
You petulant would-be king. You're nothing. She is mine. She is mine.
Kaumel Saravel, Damarael Saravel. Mashtu, Shdanelu.
Losa's eyes roll back in her head. She groans, her face slack and lifeless, while her body racks with spasms. Jahan draws his palm back from her. She is rigid on the floor.
It's no use. It's too late. I failed her. The demon's not coiled around her heart. He's become her heart. Try as I might, he would not shift. Losa's soul is buried very deeply, deeper than ever before. Adramalik may never allow her to resurface again. She's lost, bewildered. A stranger in her own soul, desperately trying to find her way home. She's fighting a battle for her life, for her very self. It's a battle she may yet win, even if only temporarily. But she'll need your help. You must call her spirit back from the dark. Guide her into the light. Let your voice be the shepherd that leads the lamb through the valley of wolves. Go on. Call to her.
She stirs, barely. Her eyes flutter open and dart around in a panic. They come to a focus on you.
Hey, Chief.
Well done. Very well done indeed.
Only just.
I am truly sorry, Losa, that I couldn't exorcise the demon, but do not despair. I will not give up on you. We must simply take a darker path still. Confront Adramalik in his lair and deal with the demon face to face. You almost have to admire his cunning. To think that in his guise of Deva, he and I shared the finest wines in the realm, stories of life and love. But now I know where he hides, afraid of his own name. To the city of Arx you must go. I will travel with you, if I may. I will meet you both there and prepare for the coming battle. You'll yet be all, Losa.
Hey. No, I'm not all right. That wasn't okay. It was like dying. I was all alone in the dark, in the deep, deep dark. And I suddenly knew as clear as day that I didn't exist, that no one would ever know me, and then... And then I heard your voice. I heard you calling, and I followed it. It was all I had in the darkness. It was the only thing I could find. Just you. Nothing else. What the hell do I do with that?
Tears stream down her cheeks. She steps forward and wraps her arms around you.
I'm not even a real person, you know. I've got this thing in me, and my chance of getting better is getting smaller all the time.
She holds onto you for a long moment before stepping away, wiping her face. Eventually she smiles.
I'm damn lucky I met you, Chief.